Our next one is from TB Kits, who said, could you explain the different lines of reasoning about raw players needing to sit versus play? Anthony Richardson versus Levis, for example. Why do people say AR should play while Levis should sit? And Simms, I don't know if you actually have that exact thoughts, but that is common
common thought. Right. Yeah. Well, Levis has played a good amount. Right, he played a lot of good amount of football here,
in a pro-style
offense, right? To where Levis is more like, his is almost like, hey, we'd like him to refine a lot of things, and yes, he understands these concepts, but we want him to work on mechanics.
Richardson?
I'm talking about Levis first.
Oh, Levis first. Okay, yep.
Right, we know he's good. I'm just trying to give the background on why that perception is out there, and I can understand it.
Yep.
Right, where Levis, it does. Hey, I'm for play anybody. Again, I just want to make that clear. But I can understand why that is out there with Levis. He's been in the pro offense. Hey, there's some mechanical things we got to work on. We know he's had, lots of reps. But, this would be a good time for, okay, he understands, how to read a defense and the plays, but now we can refine on, hey, stay here in the pocket. And, hey, let's throw this ball, this curl route the same way 10 times in a row. Let's not have 2 or 3 different release points or whatever else. There's that where, again, Richardson needs that too. Don't get me wrong, but I think he needs it more in the sense of he's got to get out there and play and see the field and rotation of safeties and learn, and just to learn a little more that way. I'm always in favor, who was that? TB Kits right there?
TB Kits, yep.
Yeah, TB Kits. I'm always in favor of people playing, but I think with a guy like Richardson, why you're hearing that more is just that that's his number one detriment, is that he hasn't played enough. And to sit on the bench for another year and not get reps again, to me, I would worry about that aspect where I go, hey, Levis has played a lot. Okay, let's let him sit back and learn from Tannehill so he can be a little more consistent and read the field and get a little better feel in the pocket and stuff like that. And we think he can grow that way. The situations are different. Again, I'm all for playing, but I think that's probably where that comes from, Connor.
And maybe with Tennessee, Levis is walking into an offense that already exists for Tannehill. Like, we know what Tennessee is.
Yeah.
We're curious to see what Indianapolis is going to be under Steichen, and they just drafted a quarterback that they can build the offense.
Start that now.
Like, all around him.
Right.
Like, everything is tailored towards Anthony Richardson's game.
I would think that.
Like Philly did with Jalen Hurts.
That'd
be
more reason for I'd go, let's play Anthony Richardson. What are we going to, teach everybody Gardner Minshew offense here and go down a road like so far to go, hey, we're pretty good in the Gardner Minshew offense. Now, Anthony Richardson, you start, and we're going to start doing these plays, right? No, I'm with you. Grow that, all together there. Shane Steichen, Anthony Richardson, I think that's why that draft pick, made a lot of sense. But, again, I'm one to let him play no matter what. I really am. But I think Richardson, it is more imperative for him to get out there and get those reps than it is Levis right now.
Do you think also Richardson's unique running sets a different floor for him, where it's like you look at them, it's not a great division. The Colts have a good roster.
Yeah.
I mean, we know their problems over the last couple of years.
Defense is going to be good.
Defense is going to be good.
Yeah.
Do you think Richardson, who I remember you saying, like, he could run more, and this is a dude that I think had over 700 rushing yards, that sets a floor for him where you're like, however bad you think it can get, that'll kind of keep him treading water at a minimum.
That's where I agreed. Yeah. That's where it's different from him and Levis too. Levis doesn't have that to rely on.
No.
Levis doesn't get I'm going to get the defense out of these crazy coverages because they have to worry about me running the football with the quarterback power run here. And now they're playing cover 3 instead of, cover 3 zone blitz, drop the will backer, blitz the strong safety and whatever else. There's going to be more, involved in his mental game than maybe a guy like Anthony Richardson. And yes, because of that, the game will be simpler for Richardson. He'll see simpler looks. And yeah, they'll be able to play that like we talked about before the draft, and the fact of letting him develop and get better because of the run game and the simple looks he'll get on the defensive side of the ball allow him to grow slowly but surely in the drop back pass game.
Staying with the Titans quarterbacks here, Nico Waco 19 asked, how do you guys think the quarterback situation will evolve in Tennessee? Good to see you guys back together.
Hey, it's good to see you back together.
That's right. This one is tricky, right? Because Tannehill was hurt last year.
Right.
Tannehill could still play.
Yeah.
Yes, he's on the expiring deal.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think, Chris. For me, I don't think there'll be urgency for Tennessee to just throw Levis out there right away. There's just too much respect for Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, and like you said, Ryan Tannehill's good.
It's crazy how people forget this.
It just, again, he's not a superstar. I get that. But is he a guy that dances around the top 10 quarterbacks in football? Yes, he has been. He took them to the AFC Championship game. They were the number 1 seed. I know he threw 3 interceptions in the game. I know. He's done a lot of damn good.
You got to get there first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think, to your point, I'm with you. Vrabel's not the kind of guy that wants to deal with that. He does not want to deal with that. I think he was annoyed last year that they drafted Malik Willis because he had to deal with that.
He seemed it. He didn't really hide
it. Exactly.
I
think there was a lot of things where he was annoyed with,
in
the last few years in Tennessee and what the GM did there. So, I think is eventually how it will evolve that, yes, I do think Levis was drafted to be the replacement for Ryan Tannehill. I get the sense that, Malik Willis is not in the, I don't want to say in the doghouse, but they're not hopeful that he maybe can turn into what they want. I think that if he showed enough hope for them to think, hey, wait, when Tannehill's done this year, he can be the guy and run the offense we want, they wouldn't have drafted Will Levis. They wouldn't even been thinking about it. They wouldn't have been in talks of maybe they trade up to pick number 3 to get the guy, right? So I think all those signs show you that there's no confidence in Malik Willis there right now, and he's going to have to earn that back, with the preseason and practice. And I think, Tannehill, I think in my heart of hearts, I do think this is the last year. But if they go to the playoffs and win a game or get deep into the playoffs, do I think they're just going to go, oh, okay, Tannehill, you're out of here? Could I see them signing him up for another year or a 2-year contract that they can get out of after a year, whatever? I certainly could see that. So I do think that Levis is the guy in waiting, but I don't think it's going to be a short leash like you're talking about with the Tannehill.
If you're Ryan Tannehill and you're playing on an expiring, you got to be thinking, I have one more decent year here. I get the Derek Carr deal, or maybe not the length of the Derek Carr deal, but I'm going to get paid a lot of money.
He's going to get paid to be a starter
exactly,
somewhere.
Which is serious money. But how many quarterbacks just walk to the free agent market?
I know.
So it'll be curious to see what version of him we get this year,
Yep,
assuming
I
he
think
can stay healthy.
Well, yeah, health is the biggest thing.
Of course.
It is.
So at minimum, they have a backup in Levis now, too, if Tannehill gets banged up again.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off season, but there's no off season for us here at Unbuttoned. Me, Ahmed Fareed, we're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.